Hi. This is the first time I've ever done anything like this, so bear with me. I can probably look foolish and such like. I'm a pensioner, and obviously my money is limited. Like every other pensioner under the sun, I don't have a great deal of cash to spare. I'm living in Bulgaria, in the Eurozone, to make my pension money go a lot further, of which it does. So, at the end of the month I have a certain amount of money, of which I could either put away for me, which I do some, or save some for my grandchildren, which I have 3. And I'm like most grandfathers around the world, I worry for their future, especially in the light of what happened in 2012, the banking crash and such like. This stuff, money. Most of you bullion collectors will understand what I mean. Put it in the bank, it devalues. I mean, I'm 66 years old, come from UK. I've lived through the sick man of Europe trade changes in Britain, collapse of the currencies in Britain and elsewhere. I mean, one time I couldn't get a sandwich when I went to Switzerland. I couldn't afford a sandwich in Zurich. Ridiculous. I've been through this sort of thing. Recently, as you know, we've had this crash worldwide, and most of us with any sense under the sun are expecting another one. Don't know when, don't know how big. Everybody, experts say it's going to be bloody big. I've got some ground out there which I can actually dig some vegetables, get rid of some of this. You know, it's gravity. It used to be my chest, but that's another thing. But they come back to it. Now, I've been looking around for an alternative to this arsewipe. Money, paper. Banks could take it away at a stroke of a pen within minutes. You saw the queues outside the ATMs in Greece, and we all know about other parts of the world, Venezuela, for God's sake. Money isn't worth shit when it comes down to banks and things like that. Put it in a bank, and if you don't have a run on the bank and that, you're still losing money over the years. And I'm looking to be, hopefully, God willing, saving up for a long term for my grandchildren, which means I'm not interested in collectibles and numismatism and things like that. I'm interested solely in bullion for its bullion value. Not to sort of like make a quick buck, but to have a stable investment of savings for my children when I do finally pop the clogs. Now, when it comes down to looking at the YouTube, which are very, very many fine sites, I'm sure people think, oh, who's this idiot? But it's the first time attending. I'm English. Forget British. Any mongrel about the planet can call themselves British. I'm English. So I've got to think of an English perspective rather than the American perspective. I mean, are you Americans a little bit brighter than us Europeans? Possibly, because you're saving, you've been doing it a long time. I've only been doing it a week or 2. So I thought, what will I do? I've got a few quid. In your terms, American terms, it's a couple of $100 a month, which possibly I could just buy. So, first big mistake, my mistake, I goes into First Investment Bank. Do you sell silver? Yes, we do. Certainly. So I bought 3 Canadian maples, which seem to be a standard staple. So you get a nice bag. No, can't see. Nice, pretty little bag. Beautiful. There. Couple of handles if you want to go. But anyway, but then you get a box. In this box, you've got your maple. Nice little certificate of registration, number on the back. First Investment Bank. Guaranteed certificate. A nice little box. And then you get your maple. In a case, lovely, nice, very pretty. So I bought 3, 1 each for my grandchildren, 1, 2, 3. Then for 3 maples, as I said, I live in Bulgaria, they charge me 90 levs each. 90 levs each. You can check on their site and find out I'm telling no lie. Well, 90 levs each works out, because it's just over 2 levs to the pound. 2.2 is a good rate at the moment. So it doesn't take a great deal of genius to work out that each one of these nice little maples, silver 1 ounce maples, cost me the equivalent of $40. $40. So I've been looking around because, as I said, I'm a newbie and there's a lot of information. Well, actually, there's none. I mean, as far as I know, this is the first blog I've seen that's European based, so there's none. So I looked around for alternatives. So I went to Gold Bars UK. I think it's a subsidiary of Brinks. You look it on there. So, no, sorry, not Gold Bars UK. Yeah, Gold Bars UK. So, looking at that. So you buy a silver eagle. This is for you. At the moment, as I put it a few minutes ago, £17.85. But then you add VAT, because they charge you VAT, and that comes up to $24.48. In American terms, you probably talk about $23 for an eagle. But they do put the postage in that. It's free postage, but only in the UK as far as I can determine. So I thought, let's have a look around. So I went to some place called Euromint and Europe Silver Bullion. The one's in Estonia, the other one, I don't know what. These are the only 2 I've found up to now. I mean, if anybody else knows of any more, I would really bloody well appreciate it. But they do post out to Bulgaria, where I'm living. So, bear in mind, before, with the VAT, your eagle costs £24.48. Okay. But those sale same eagles from the other 2 sites cost €15, well, €15.84. $15. You don't pay VAT on them because VAT is included, but you do have to pay postage. So Americans can count just as well as I can count, just as well as anybody else can count. Where would you go? Obviously I'm going to try these. But we come back to First Investment Bank. From a European perspective, as far as I'm concerned, they are shit. They are a big rip-off. Don't do it. So I'm going to be stacking a bit more silver. Maybe not a lot. Maybe whatever. I might even get a bit of gold bar or whatever. But as I said, this is the first time I've done a blog. I've never seen a European based stacker. It's all Americans, so you seem to have more sense than anybody else. So any advice of which I can get decent prices for bullion at a reasonable rate of postage to Bulgaria, I would appreciate your help. Okay? Right. Thank you very much, and as they say in Bulgaria, Priyaten den, which means have a nice day. Thank you very much.